Hi, welcome to our 2022 gift suggestions for people who are woodworkers or home improvement type people that like tools or just working with their hands. So let's get started. Okay, my first suggestion is a small one. So if you have somebody that you don't typically spend a whole lot of money on, or maybe you need a stocking stuffer, not for kids, but I highly suggest a pocket knife. Now, this is not just any pocket knife. There's been numerous times where I've been trying to hold a piece up and I need to cut something, and so I gotta have this hand on the whatever I'm working on, and I reach for my knife, I pull it out, and it's kind of hard to open a knife with one hand. It can be a little bit dangerous. So the solution is this knife has an open assist. So there's a little piece of metal sticking out back here. You just put a little bit of pressure and it flips open. Extremely easy, a lot safer, and very convenient. So then you can make whatever cut you need to make, and you don't have to fumble your hands around and try to figure out exactly how to do two things at once when you don't have enough hands to do that. So I highly recommend this. This is a Kershaw, and I love it. Use it all the time. Make sure you get the one with the open assist on the back. The link will be down in the description, as well as all the links for all these items that I'm going to bring to you today. Now, number 2 on the list is actually something I don't have. It's something I want. And that is a kindling splitter. So this is an item that you set by your fireplace or set by your fire pit, and it actually has screw holes, so you could actually screw or bolt it to something so it stays in place. And it has a splitter in it, and all you gotta do is set the log down in there and hit it with a small mallet or a small sledge, and it'll drive it down through. It has a wedge, and it'll split it into 2 pieces, into smaller pieces, so that you have kindling for your fire. Now, like I said, I do not have one of these, but it went on my list this morning. I sent an email to my mom to let her know about it. I also told my wife about it. So if either of you two are watching, I would really like to open a present here in about a month that has one of these inside. Now this will come in handy. I have a fire pit out in the backyard, and I know I have an axe or a hatchet out there, and I'm splitting it right on my concrete, and it's just not a good way to do it. One of these would be so much more convenient. I don't have to risk accidentally hitting through the piece of wood I'm splitting and actually hit my concrete. And it would just work a lot better than my current situation. So if you have someone in your life that likes to make campfires or fires in the fireplace, this would be a pretty handy tool to have. My next suggestion is a 3D printer. Now, a 3D printer isn't really woodworking. It's not really home improvement, but they're pretty cool. If the person you're buying for is anything like me, they like to tinker, they like to make things, and a 3D printer is the ultimate tinker and make thing type of tool. You can make pretty much anything you can think of, and they could come in handy for making certain small parts that maybe you can't buy, or something unique that you need and you just can't find anywhere to purchase. So it is a little bit of a different gift, but it would be a pretty cool gift too. My next suggestion is actually 2 items, and it kind of depends on the person you're buying for. You may have to do a little research to see what tools they have. So I have a battery-powered jigsaw, and I have a battery-powered small rotary saw. These 2 tools have come in extremely useful in the past. They save me so much time. They're easy to use, they're easy to maneuver. If you've ever used a power saw with a cord, you'll know that cord is always getting in the way. If you're cutting a long sheet of plywood, it's getting caught on the other side of the plywood, or you gotta worry about it, make sure you're not gonna cut the cord, which could be a whole nother problem. So these battery powered ones are so nice to use. I have one of each, and what you purchase might depend on what the person you're buying for actually needs. They don't need two of one of these, so you want to make sure that they don't already have one. But they are, like I said, they are extremely useful. They are extremely convenient. I don't know how I did without one before, so I'm actually going to leave a link for one of each of those down in the description so that you can decide and pick which one maybe the person you're buying for would need more. And the last item I am suggesting for this guide is a Kreg pocket hole jig. The Kreg pocket hole jig is a tool I use in almost every project. If you are making a piece of furniture, it simplifies things so much. Most of the assemblies I do on pieces of furniture, if I can use this jig, I'm going to use it. It saves my time and it is really easy to use. But let's go down and take a look at mine in my shop so I can show you a little more about it. So here's the actual Kreg jig. So what you actually do is stick a board in. You have multiple holes here to drill holes, and what they do, and you'll see this here because I have the piece setting out. It drills a hole in an angle, so it allows you to give an assembly point. Particularly useful when you can hide this. You don't want to actually see those, but if it's somewhere on the bottom or on the inside where you'll never see it, it's a great way to assemble. It's extremely easy to use. The jig comes with everything you see here, including the bit. So it's everything you would need aside from the screws, and it probably actually comes with a few screws as well so that you can assemble items quickly and easily. Now, one thing you may need in addition to this jig is a drill that is a corded drill, not a battery powered drill. Battery powered drills will work. The only problem is if you have a lot of holes to drill, the battery tends to give out. It takes a lot more juice to drill all those holes. And then what may end up happening is you don't have enough battery power to actually use the drill to sink the screws in and assemble whatever it is you're making. So it is a little more useful to have a drill with a cord because you don't have to worry about it using all the power, and it does a great job, drills right through each time. It doesn't die in the middle like sometimes it can happen if you're using a battery powered one. So in the description down below, I'll actually have a link to a drill as well, so for your convenience, so you can find that. Thanks again for watching. I hope this guide helped. If you have any questions about other suggestions or other types of tools you're just not really sure about, go down into the comments or send me a message, and I'd be glad to try to help you out in the tool selection that you're trying to make. So if you like this video, hit that like button, share it with somebody that you know may be buying for someone who may be kind of like me, looking for tools and home improvement type of items. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time.